Is the Garmin Epix Generation 2 smartwatch still worth it in 2025? That's what I'm going to answer in today's video. My name is James Lynch. So if you've watched any of my streams on my other YouTube channel, that's at Lynch on Sports, you know that I talk about my Garmin watch all the time. I bought it 2 years ago in 2023, and I'm still wearing it today. I got a lot of things to say about this watch. Let's get into some of the things I like, some of the things I don't like, and then at the end, I'll give you some pros and cons and ask you if you think it is worth it to buy, depending on what you're looking for in a watch in 2025.
So you can really see that OLED display right now. A lot of the Garmin watches don't have this, and that's one of the reasons I did get it. Some couple things on the watch face. You can change this, obviously, and I like just having the date. You got the battery life in there. The battery life, by the way, very good on this watch. It lasts up to 2 weeks, and it takes not a long time to charge. Very, very easy to do. And you can see my notifications are in the corner at the bottom here. You'll see my notifications there. I got Discord, Instagram notifications right there. You'll see my sleep scores there, training readiness, calories I burnt, heart rate, gives me the sunset. Just a lot of really cool apps on this thing that I use all the time. Training activity, it's got the weather, the last activity I did, it measures my steps. Also have my HRV status. You can see the golf app on here, which is great. It keeps track of all the courses you've played at. And as you can see, I had a terrible game the last time I was out on the golf course. That's a really cool app. It's also got the temperature, floors, and it's got music on here, which is great. That's one of the nice features about this is you can add music onto your Garmin, and you can use it with Bluetooth. So let's say your phone runs out of battery, you can always use your watch as a way to play music, which I really like. Yeah, just a ton of good stuff on here. Hill score, keeps track of naps. Here's my sleep coach. So these you can all customize, but the amount of apps on this thing is absolutely amazing. And the Garmin Connect app works really good with my Samsung 23. Let's get into some of the other apps I like using on this phone. So the Strength app is really great. What that does basically is when I go to do strength training, it actually tracks the workouts I do, and it's able to keep track of all that and take a guess as to what exercises I'm doing. I've got the cold plunge app, which is great. It does like a countdown and then times you for 3 minutes in the cold plunge. Anytime I go for a walk, I always put this app on. Anytime I go on the treadmill, same thing. The Clocks app is great, so I can do timers. So with the Clocks app, I can either set an alarm, have some timers, use a stopwatch. That is really, really good. I use this all the time if I'm doing any stretching or any sort of timing I need to do. The Navigate app's great, so if I click this, it actually shows me like points of interest. It has built-in GPS, which actually works great anywhere you're going. So, you know, let's say your phone dies, you don't get good reception, the GPS on this thing is absolutely amazing. Got the Golf app again. If I go bike riding, I can do that. They have it for pretty much every sport, like even ice skating. If I go for a skate, it keeps track of that and my heart rate and all that other stuff. Same thing with going for a run or a swim. Even has a breathwork app if you want to practice that throughout the day. So just the amount of apps on here are really great, and that's a big feature of the Garmin. You can always add other apps in here as well. You look at the categories, outdoor, running, just the possibilities are endless. Like if you're big into swimming or biking, it's got all types of apps here, which is really great for people that are into doing outdoor stuff. I'm just sort of a regular user, but I do think it's cool that I have all these other options for apps, which are really good. So in this menu as well, and you can see the battery life there, 14 days. You can change your watch face, you can change the clock. It kind of looks at your history. You can add different apps and notifications. So there's just a lot of customizable things on here. You can see your music if you want to add that on, your profile and navigation. There's just a lot of really cool features on this watch. So you can see here I'm in the music app and select whatever different types of tracks I want. The music app on here is really great, especially like I said, if your phone's about to die or you don't want to use your phone for music. If you're going for a run, this works very well if you want to use it. Another cool app I like on here is it has a flashlight. So if you're ever in the middle of the night, and I use this all the time, I can actually decrease or increase the brightness if I need to go into another room without having to turn the lights on. You can also change the color if you want to red. Which is really cool. So another just sort of cool app that is on and featured there. And all you have to do is just press this button here and it gets you the flashlight app, which again, I use all the time. Great for new parents if you're, you know, having to go feed your baby and or change your baby and you don't want a lot of light on. This saved me big time. A couple other features on this phone. It's got a Find My Phone app. You definitely used this before, the Find My Phone. So I have this connected to my phone. If I can't find my phone, it will actually send a notification to my phone to go find it, which is really great. Here we can even try it right now if we want. Find my phone. So you can hear my phone in the background, I'm sure. Another great part of this watch is the Save Location app. So if I press this, it'll actually look for the GPS and send anyone an email as to where my location is. So if you're ever in trouble, like you're in the woods or something, it will actually show people and send them a location of where you're at if people need to find you. You also have the wallet if you need to use it. Let's say you left your wallet at home, you can use the wallet app as well. I mentioned the music controls. Again, 14 days of battery, which is a huge plus. Like the Apple Watch doesn't last that long. I used to have a Samsung, didn't last as long either. You can power it off here as well. You can do the do not disturb if I don't want any notifications on my phone. You can do a sleep app. And then I can also put on a sleep mode as well. So again, this thing has worked great. I can use this in pretty much any situations. I can use it swimming. It is waterproof. One other thing I'll mention, you'll see this actually isn't the original watch strap that was on the Garmin originally. You can get this off Amazon for super cheap. I got like a wristband for like, I think $15. And that's another nice thing. I know some watch brands, you have to get a specific one. So if you ever need to replace yours, it's great. Quickly, if you want to charge your watch, the charger is on the back there. I find the cables are not that reliable. I've had to go through a couple. That's maybe the only downside to this watch, but you'll see there it's very sturdy, very good. And again, we're getting a lot of glare in this video, but that's because of that OLED display. Again, I'm super happy with that and like just how well it does in terms of displaying everything that you need to display on this watch. So again, very happy with it.
So let's get into some of the pros and cons, and we'll start first with the pros. For me, I like the fact that the watch face is a reasonable size. Some of these Garmin watches that you get are pretty big on your wrist. I'm about 6 feet tall, 200 pounds. I got decent size arms, but you'll see there, it doesn't look out of place. It doesn't look like one of those big bulky watches that you see a lot of people wear when it comes to the Garmin watches. The second thing, like I've talked about many times in this video, is that OLED display on here. Absolutely love it. You know, there aren't too many smartwatches that have the OLED, and if you do, you're paying a premium for it, but you're not necessarily getting the features that the Garmin has as well. And something else I've talked about a lot in this video, the battery life is also a huge pro. That's one of the big reasons I like this thing. I can take this watch with me on a trip and I don't need to bring my charger because it's going to last for at least 2 weeks, and that still stands true. Now, I will say after 2 years, I find the battery life doesn't last as long as it used to, but it's still great. I haven't charged this thing in probably since yesterday morning, and it's already at 84% on my watch right now, which is great. And just one less thing you have to worry about. I know with Apple users, I used to be a Samsung user when it came to the smartwatches. I would always have to charge it every morning and it would take a while to charge. With this, that is a huge plus, the fact that I don't have to charge this watch too much. And the thing I will say that I really enjoy on this watch as well is the GPS system. I talked a bit about the golf app. One of the great things when I go golfing is that it downloads all the golf courses onto my watch and it knows which holes I'm playing, and it's very accurate when it comes to golfing. So to me, that is something that I really enjoy a lot, is the fact that I can use it when I'm golfing. I can use it for pretty much any activity that I'm doing. The fact that it even has like a cold plunge app is great too. So these are some things that I really enjoy about the Garmin, and I think it really makes sense. Let's get to some cons. And honestly, there aren't a lot here. One con that I will say, I've had to replace a couple charging cables. They don't cost much, but they seem to break down a little bit. I've gone through 2 already. And one of the other cons as well, and I know this is probably going to prevent people from buying this watch, is the price. I mean, if we're talking in Canadian dollars, you're paying over $1,000 for a watch. Now, that might seem expensive, but I'm one of those people where if it's something I'm going to use every day, why not get the best that I could possibly have? And like I said, this is a watch, in my opinion, for the everyday user. I know there's a lot of people that are into like extreme sports, whether it's running, hiking, all that stuff. It has all that on here. I like the fact as a regular user, if I do want to go on a long hike, I don't have to worry about GPS or having an app that's not going to be able to measure things. This really has everything sort of, packed into this watch, which is great. And I've been such a big Garmin fan that I've actually gone ahead and got some other Garmin products as well, including their scale. So I've just been totally impressed with Garmin as a company. And I just think that you are paying for the quality. So keep in mind that while the price is very high, it's also something that I think is worth it if it's something you're going to be using every single day. Is it worth it in 2025 to buy this watch? It depends. If you're one of these people that is on a budget right now, I would say do not make the leap to the Garmin, even though you get all these awesome features. It is pretty expensive. You can find cheaper smartwatches, whether it's Samsung or Apple, that might fit the needs that you want. But I'm one of those tech people that I like having all the apps possible to my disposal if I'm going to use them in any sort of situation. I like the battery life. I like the fact that it's not too heavy on my hand, and I can wear it in pretty much any situation. I can wear it in the shower. I can wear it swimming. This watch is very very, very, very legit. And it's something that I don't have to worry about when it comes to wearing a watch as well. And I've also had some people ask me, like, does the watch get annoying? Because there's certainly years where I didn't wear a watch. I don't even notice it. It's just something that, I've gotten used to. And I do like having it, especially when it comes to notifications and so many other things that the app does have. Now, if you're like me and you're a bit of a tech guy, I do recommend getting this. And I think it absolutely still holds up. I haven't seen a lot of alternatives out there on the market that aren't Apple based. I don't like Apple. The only Apple product I own is an iPad. Outside of that, I don't like the iPhone. I don't like Macs or anything like that. I'm a PC guy. So to me, this is like, getting a Samsung watch on steroids that can do so much more than what you're used to. But with that, you are paying that premium price. So the decision is really up to you. But I can tell you after 2 years of using this, I have no desire to get a new watch. This does everything I need it to do. And like I said, that OLED display really does make it look like a premium watch. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Does anyone own this watch? Are you looking to buy it? I would be happy to answer any questions you may have. 2 years, like I said, I've been using this and I've had no issues with it and I really enjoy it. I'm trying to do more review videos on this channel, guys, so please give me a sub. I'm going to try and do these as often as I can. I got a lot of products that I want to go out and review. And let me know what you think of this video. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, @Lynch on Sports. My name is James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.